Hey, what's up guys? I'm gonna be filling in for Lewis today. He's got like a bad head cold or something. So let me tell you a little bit about this. Okay, so a long time ago, like back in World War II, there was the second one with the Nazis and stuff, right? So the army was like, we need to get like a super soldier. And they find this man, Steve Rogers, who's like real cool and he's like a good guy. And they put the serum in him and boom, superhero. There was like this whole music tour thing and he fought against these bad guys called Hydra, saved his best friend Bucky, but then like Bucky falls down into this crater. Then he was like beat up by Red Skull or something, so he crashed into the North Pole or something with the Tesseract, which is like this cube of ultimate power or something. So then there's this real quiet till like the 90s or something when this chick from outer space comes in and crash lands into like a blockbuster. Whew, man, I remember like going to town on this chick in the blockbuster bathroom, but anyway, sorry. So Nick Fury works on the government agency and like he finds this chick and she's like, watch out for the Skrills, and could like be like anybody, but it turns out like the Skrills are actually like pretty cool and they were just looking for their family. That's pretty cute, right? But she dips out and my man Nick Fury, minus one eye, decides he wants to start this team that he's gonna call the Avengers and shit. So then it's like 2010 and my man Tony Stark is living it up like a real cool playboy until one day, boom, he finds himself trapped in this underground lab, and then these like all these crazy guys want him to build like a missile so that they could be like terrorists or something, but Tony's like, nah, I'm gonna take a suit of armor, it's like bulletproof and shit. So he escapes, makes a new suit, beats up some old guy with a beard and tells everybody I am Iron Man, which is pretty sick. So Nick Fury finds out and he's like, I want to talk to you about this Avengers Initiative thing that I've been talking about and thinking about and all that stuff, and like history was like made. So meanwhile, somewhere in like South America, Bruce Banner, who's like this super strong, incredible Hulk dude, is like doing some stuff, fighting, it's not important. And then there's Thor living in like Asgard, and it's like another planet, and his dad thinks he's being kind of a dick, so he sends him to Earth and takes away all of his superpowers till he learns to be a pretty cool, okay guy. But oh, also his brother, not his real brother or something, it's confusing. Well, Fury finds Steve Rogers and like takes him back to New York, and just in time too, because Thor's bro, who's like really angry about something, comes back and he's got like the Tesseract and opens this crazy portal into space, and then there's these aliens come out. I remember I was with my mom having brunch, and it was a pretty nice brunch place, and sorry, anyway. So this guy, Thanos, was like the one who sent all the aliens down there, and Tony blows them all up, and like the end, kind of. Okay, so like that's not the real end of the story. So Tony Stark is like having big issues with like his parents who died, and to deal with this like terrorist who wants to kill him, Cap finds out Hydra has infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, and like his friend Bucky is like still alive, and Thor's girlfriend gets some weird like red mist in her, and like Loki fakes his own death. Oh, and somewhere up in like space, the Guardians of the Galaxy find like this Infinity Stone and like destroy a planet. But back on Earth, because of Hydra, the Avengers gotta like get back together to like take Loki's staff, and because of like that, Tony accidentally makes like this evil super robot to destroy all the robots. Tony beats up the Hulk. They create this super robo dude named Vision, and everything is good except for now Thanos was like mad and he wanted to get to all the Infinity Stones for himself. That's where my boy Scott Lang shows up, sneaks into Dr. Pym's lab and gets that Ant-Man suit. Captain America asks him to join like his team that he was making, but Tony, you know, he teamed up with this guy Black Panther, and they all beat the crap out of one another because Bucky made some bad choices in life. Then Captain America becomes a war criminal and he like goes into hiding. So now this new superhero shows up in New York and he shoots webs and stuff, and he calls himself like Spider-Man or something. Tony teams up with him and gives him this cool new suit. Also, there's this guy named Doctor Strange who's like a wizard, and like Black Panther fights over this waterfall. Thor loses his hammer, but finds the Hulk, and his home is destroyed, but mostly he gets away with it. Too bad, that's when Thanos shows up. So Thanos is like this big bad alien dude who just lost his whole planet and wants to destroy half the life in the universe so that he can perfectly be balanced and stuff. So to do that, he wants to get all these Infinity Stones, and so he can just like snap, boom, his fingers, and like everything's gone, but you know the Avengers are gonna be there to stop him, yo. So Tony Stark fights one guy in New York with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, and they end up flying away together to some planet with the Time Stone. Then Vision and Wanda get attacked in Sweden because they want the stone in his head and stuff. Thanos goes to this place, Vormir, to get like the Soul Stone, and meets up with like this creepy Red Skull guy from before there, and he has to kill his daughter Gamora so that he can get the stone. Then he shows up on Titan, his hometown, right? Where Tony, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Guardians are all like waiting for him. They work together to try to stop him, but then Star-Lord does some dumb shit or whatever, and Doctor Strange gives him the Time Stone to save Tony. Then he goes to Wakanda, where Vision is hanging out and like takes a stone right out of his head, and then like snap, half of everybody's like gone. So while all this is happening, my boy Scott Lang is learning about time travel and like the quantum realm and stuff when he gets stuck down there for like 5 years, but for him it was like 5 hours, like super crazy stuff. Anyway, he shows back up at the Avengers place and he's like, yo, I know how to help you. Thanos is dead now and the stones are gone, so everything sucks at this point, but the team decides to get back together for a time heist and get the stones from the past. Then Hulk snaps his fingers to bring everybody back, and you know what? It works, except now Thanos is back from the past and he's got to take all the stones and kill everybody and start the whole universe over. So Thor, Cap, Iron Man got to take him one-on-one one more time. Things are looking real bad until the wizards show up, and out of all these like portals and everyone shows up, and I mean this is like crazy shit, and like Cap is like, yo, Avengers assemble. So Cap has like Thor's hammer and he's like starting to throw it around, and Spider-Man is like stabbing people with his like iron spider suit, and Tony and his Lady Pepper are like blasting folks, and my man Scott is just being huge, busting through folks. Then Captain Marvel shows up and bursts through Thanos' ship like it's no big deal, and they're all trying to get the stones back into the past where Thanos can't get to them. So Thanos grabs the gauntlet. It looks like everything's about to end, and he's like, I'm inevitable, but Tony's like, yo, I am Iron Man, because he's got all the stones himself, and snap, everyone's gone. So that's what happened over like the last 20 years or so. It's been crazy, and some people like for real died, but I think it's gonna be all right now, kinda, right? Holy shit, guys, that was really hard, but it was a lot of fun to do. And if you liked it, hit that like button, comment, and if you want to try this, go ahead and hashtag #LewisRant. Just try to cram as much info about your favorite series together. Could be like Marvel, I don't know, tell me everything about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that, Street Sharks or something, Gargoyles, that's my shit. Hopefully you can get through it better than I did. That was really hard, but I'll see you guys in the next episode.